burner and literally become a top gal, whatever she touches, right? Whatever she, in the past 10, 12 years, when she's hit that level, it's like whatever she touches does turn to gold. And there's a science, there's an art behind that, and you can get 5 years. I believe are we at 6 yet? I need to go.
We're halfway between 5 and 6. Oh, whoops. Sorry, I muted and then hit the wrong button. Halfway between 5 and 6, there's probably like 62, 63 recordings back there. And then we're going to chat because I might be switching up to Zoom. Might start getting a little fancy here because there's some things I want to show. Got to check with the team, see if that's amenable to you guys. But there's so many archives in their MP3 guys. You download them, put them on your phone, go with them. It's awesome. Great deal. Awesome.
Fit.com. Okay. All right, Hoffman. Right after this call, MLSPfanpage.com, MLSPfanpage.com, and we will go live. 1 second.
About to do
Call recording is on.
1 sec.
Welcome to another episode of the Molly System Pro Wake Up Call Podcast. We have another amazing leader with us today. This gal, she did it, man. She did it. She's been doing this a long time, and about 20 years ago, she got introduced to this beautiful profession of home business. And if you rewind the clock back, she was just a mom, just a gal who wanted to relieve some financial stress from her family and be at home with her 2 daughters, her 2 beautiful daughters, her family. And that was the why. And she successfully did that. She's 100% free. And what's really cool is she actually, most of us have stories of struggle for years. She was in profit after year 1 and has been building ever since. And fast forward to today, if you probably have heard the name Diane Hochman. She's spoken on our stages, on stages across the industry, top earner and multiple different things. Certainly our top affiliate here inside of Molly System Pro, one of our L7 leaders. And here's the thing, guys, gals, here's like on paper, a mom with a job who didn't really have any technical skills, didn't really know anything about funnels, offers, sales, business, like none of that mattered. She just had a vision and she got up and did the work every single day. Every single day. She wasn't born with this. Yeah, today you see the results, you hear some cool numbers, but gosh darn, like she had to build that. She had to build her. And she did, and she never quit, and now she's free.
I'm about to talk.
She gets to travel, speak, do her thing, build her multiple income streams, and life is good. And I say that because I want you to know it's possible.
Hey guys.
So please help us welcome one of our only 2 L7 leaders ever inside of MLSP, and a guy who just absolutely brings so much value to the profession, specifically to MLSP, and we're grateful for it. And tonight you can join her on her monthly mastermind, The Deep Abyss, at 9 p.m. Eastern. Hello, good morning.
Good morning and Happy New Year. I feel like I just talked to you yesterday and it's like been, it's the new year went by. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the MLSP Wake Up Call. And if you've ever been on the call before, and you may be listening for the first time, you may be on the podcast and you only hear the call, but if you've ever been on with us live, we do a little preamble before we start. And right before we started, Brian had said a couple things about some events we have coming up. And one of the things he said is, I look at results. I look at results. And that's me. In fact, I have a sign. I used to, actually, it's not up now because I moved. I had on my bulletin board, show me your fruit. Okay, show me your fruit. I look at my own fruit, what I've produced. I'm very, when I'm working with my students and stuff or doing trainings here at My Lead System Pro, the first thing I want to see is there any fruit? Did we produce something? And then the second thing I want to do is look at who I'm learning from and what is their fruit. And here's the kicker. I want to know if their fruit is the kind of fruit I want to produce. Because there's a lot of people that have fruit. The question is, do they have the kind of fruit that I want to produce? So if you want to produce apples and they're producing oranges, you got to look, because fruit is not all the same. Some people like different kinds of fruit. I wanted freedom fruit. Okay. I got started in the industry 20 years ago. And at first I wanted to pay my freaking bills fruit. Okay. I was broke, had little kids and stuff and needed to pay off a bunch of debt. So I wanted to pay my bills fruit. Some of you guys might want pay my bills fruit. And I'm down with that. And we can help you with that because we have mechanisms that can help you, make some money right away. And I'm so reluctant to talk about making money, because it's such a hook. And I'm not looking to attract you on that level. I'm looking to attract you and bring you into the fold of our community on a much higher level, because beyond pay my bills fruit could be freedom fruit. And I happen to be live myself. Sometimes when I do the call, I go live while I'm doing the call online and everything else. And Angela Brooks, my dear friend Angela, just said debt-free fruit. I like debt-free. That was it. I wanted pay my bills fruit. Then I wanted debt-free fruit. Then I wanted freedom fruit. Okay. So show me your fruit. So when you're looking at where you want to be, well, we've been here almost 11 years. We've created some of the biggest names in the industry, or I shouldn't say created, because they created themselves. Please do not mistake me, but we were the home, the training ground, the dojo for some of the biggest names in the industry. We've produced, affiliates that have made, literally, I'm the one that made, $1 million plus. And there's more coming down the pike that are going to be hitting that mark. And this is, on the side. So the fruit here is pretty nice fruit. Now I'll admit to you, I'm a simple girl. I'm a modern day mom and pop. And sometimes I look at some of the things my colleagues know how to do and it makes my head spin. They probably look at me and go, Di, if you would just do it this way, it would be so much faster and so much easier. But that's not what matters. What matters is there's something for everybody on the buffet to create your fruit, your flavor fruit, your kind of fruit. So what I want to talk about today, and it's the third Thursday of the month, although I just signed up for a bunch more wake-up calls. So you guys will be seeing me a whole bunch more. Hopefully that's a good thing. I want to talk today about the psychology of top earners. And tonight we have my Deep Abyss Mastermind that we've been doing for over 5 years here. That's at thedeepabyss.com, or get back to the person that invited you to the call. Ask them about it. And I want to encourage, especially a lot of you guys listen to the recording and don't make it live. Tonight might be the night that you want to make it live. We're going to switch it up a little bit because we're really going to be delving into, for the next, however many months, the psychology of top earners, the psychology of buying, the psychology. Why do I get away with what I get away with? How did I end up being the person that made the most money? When I probably, in fact, I guarantee you, I haven't done the most work, and I certainly don't have the most mechanisms set up. The reason why is because I spent my career understanding the psychology of buyers and buying, and I spent my career working on my own psychology because I studied the top sellers, the top producers. And by the way, top sellers is not always the top earners. So I really sat and I dissected and I looked and I picked it apart, and that's where we're going to go. We were working a lot on self-image, and I love self-image, but we do that every day here in the morning, and we still will continue to do that because we need that massaging constantly. But what I want to do is deliver to you practical business understanding that, quite frankly, you can't get anywhere else. It took me 20 years to gather it. It took me 20 years. So let's talk about this for a minute. So did you realize that there is actually a psychology to buying? Did you realize? Have you ever studied your own psychology when you make a purchase or when you're contemplating making a purchase? Because what I was taught by my mentor is you don't sell, you give them the opportunity to sell themselves. And anybody who meets me sees I'm rarely ever trying to sell anyone something. And if I actually reach out to you and or you're talking to me and I tell you, you need to buy this, and I actually try to hard sell you, that means you're a very special person. You're actually a very special person. And I feel so strongly that there's something that will help you that I'm actually pulling out my pitch. Because generally speaking, what I'm more concerned about doing, and what we do here, what they do everywhere, is create environments in which people can contemplate and look and poke. What do you do when you go to the car dealership, right? You walk in and the guy wants to sell you. He wants to sell you. And what do? You go, I don't want to talk to you. I want to just look. I want to kick tires. I want to look around. I want to do this and do that. What we do in attraction marketing is we show you how to create mechanisms that cause someone to continually, and I can teach you how to do this, continually sit. Guys, have you ever had something that you saw was on sale and you couldn't get it off your mind? Have you ever had something? I was like this recently. My old blender broke and I wanted a Vitamix. Okay. Vitamix is like the creme de la creme. Anybody have a Vitamix? Creme de la creme of blenders. They're like $500. And what happens is you go, I could buy one of those other ones at the Costco for $100, and they're pretty good and they crush ice, but they don't do this thing and they don't do that thing and they don't do this thing. And then you go, yeah, but $500 is a lot. And $500 is this. And then you look at QVC. Well, it could get it on 5 Easy Pays. And then you look over here and you go, but it's cheaper over here. And your brain just keeps going and going and going about all the things. And you get into a fantasy about how you're going to make all these delicious things with your Vitamix. And it's going to be incredible. And you're going to be healthy and you're going to be thin. And your life is going to change if you just whip out that credit card and buy that Vitamix. Guess what's being shipped to me? A Vitamix. Because nobody had to convince me. I sat and I worked on myself until I finally said, okay, I'm worth the $500. Here's my card. Send it over to me. So when we spend our days chasing people and begging people and convincing people, we're really expending a whole lot of energy that we could spend casting our net and building our audience much bigger so that we would have more people looking at what we do, convincing themselves, so that on any given day, I'm only talking to the person that's ripe and ready to go. I don't know if that made any sense. And I know I just did it a little quick. And I'm going to go over on the fan page in a few minutes when I finish up here. And you can ask me all your questions. But let me ask you something. If you're going to work hard, do you want to work hard casting your net, getting your name out there, getting your message out there, getting your content out there, spreading it across all the platforms? And there's new things that are super hot today. If you guys are not paying attention, there's a window of opportunity right now. I was just telling my friend Ray last night, I'm like, I'm focusing over here because this is going on over here. Are you paying attention? Because if you're with MLSP, they're going to tell you about this stuff, right? They're going to tell you about this stuff. You were on the webinar last night, you set some goals and stuff, and you know you need to be in your back office, you need to be paying attention, you know all this stuff, right? You need to have friends that are letting you know what's going on, what's hot, right? Chris Brown just said nobody knows what a Vitamix anymore. Oh, all the vegan, fancy, nutritional, whatever people do. I guess all you keto people don't, because all you do is slap meat on the grill. But you know, it's Vitamixes are the creme de la creme. But in any case, I'm off on a tangent because I'm ADHD. If you're not up to speed on what's going on, you missed the boat. And I don't know how many conversations with people going, if I had only known about YouTube in 2006, if I had only known about Facebook when it came out, if I had only known. We're here telling you now. We're here showing you what's hot, but more importantly, we're here showing you how people move and how people buy. Why does one person go viral and become this big influencer and make tens of thousands of dollars, and another person is posting content all day and can't get any traction? Why does one person sell something? Like, people get mad at me. They're like, you just mumble and people buy from you. Well, there's a science to that. Here's a quote. Have you guys ever read The Science of Getting Rich? Wallace Wattles said, and it's one of my favorite quotes if you've heard me say it before. Excuse me, but I'm going to say it again. A rich man takes a rich man's thought before a rich man takes a rich man's action. A rich man takes a rich man's thought before a rich man takes a rich man's action. Now, I would believe that the corollary is a broke guy takes a broke guy's thought before a broke guy takes a broke guy's action. I don't know. Wallace didn't write that. Maybe I'll put that in my book. Okay. But that's the deal. If you're running with the stallions, if you're running with the thoroughbreds, if you're hanging out with people, and not to toot my own horn, but people like me tonight on the Deep Abyss, right? You start to get insight. You start to see things you couldn't see. You have a seeing and a knowing that you never had before. And when that happens, you can take a different action. You have a different thought, therefore the action is different. Therefore, the fruit that you bear is different. Let me say that again. When you hang around with those that have walked the path before, they give you a thought process, a seeing and a knowing. And see, people don't take this seriously. And my mantra for 2020 is I don't want to convince anybody no more. I'm documenting everything. Like the Deep Abyss. It's been 5 years of documenting stuff. You use it, don't use it. I don't care. It's legit. Our back office with the training courses, we documented all this stuff. You use it, you don't use it. We do care, but we can't force you. We can't convince you. I'm not going to beg you. I mean, I have people come to me and they know what I did here at MLSP. They know what I did with attraction marketing. And then they sit here and they go, I don't know about that. And they're off on the other way. Okay, I'm the top kid. You don't want to learn it? Go do your thing. I'll still be here. I sound very cocky today. It's because I haven't been on a wake-up call this year yet. I should settle down. Tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, the Deep Abyss. We're going to get into this psychology. And we're going to do several sessions on different facets of it. We're going to dissect an infomercial. We're going to dissect the why you react a certain way to an infomercial. We're going to dissect why some of them work and some of them flop. We're going to dissect the buying behavior of the people in your marketplace. We're going to dissect your retention. Do you have it? Do you not have it? We're going to dissect the psychology of your groups if you're in network marketing. What makes them stick? What makes them move? What makes them go? What makes them roar? What makes them go to sleep? And by the way, I'm not saying I've always done all the things right. I've done a lot of the things wrong, which is part of why I know about it, okay, over all these years. You have to decide to think differently. I've been screaming about it for a little while now. This decade's going to be different. All you have to do is go to TikTok, if you haven't gone over there yet, and watch the videos. Yeah, there's still a lot of cute chicks dancing and people doing like different, look at my outfit change and all that other stuff. If you haven't been over there, you'll see what I mean, because there's 40,000 videos. But there's a lot of videos about this is who I am and this is what I stand for and this is what I believe and this is my culture and there's a lot of that. People are starting to say something. And in the past, in the marketing, people were told, don't say something, just go out and, slap ads. I'm telling you guys, it's about to change. And if you really don't understand the psychology of the movement of people, if you really don't have some skills so you can get your content seen that we teach you here, that we give you, if you really haven't learned the basic fundamentals, which I understand we're going to be doing next week, we have a great webinar coming up with a great teacher with some fundamental stuff. If you don't have this stuff under your belt, well, it's going to be hard. Am I going to be the person that says you're not going to make it? No, I'm not, because I believe in everybody. The question is, do you believe in you? And that's what we do in the Deep Abyss. We build you up, we build your understanding up, your knowledge up, and we build up that seeing and that knowing that sends you out into the marketplace with a unique confidence that very few other people have. You have to stand out, you have to shine. So I'm going to wrap up the call over here. We're going to go over to the MLSP fan page. I'll go live over there, take any questions you have, anything I can do to help you. You let me know. And then the deepabyss.com, sign up and come tonight. If you are a member and I haven't seen you in a little while, get your tushy to class tonight. It's going to be off the hook. Guys, the stuff I'm teaching you, everybody knows I preach about leverage. You got to gain leverage. You can't keep up if you don't gain leverage. That's what attraction marketing is all about, leverage. The stuff I'm teaching you, the psychology, it is the ultimate leverage. Ultimate leverage. And Ginny Kraft just said, her teen said, Mom, don't go on TikTok. That's when you know that the adults are going on TikTok. Guys, Will Smith is on TikTok. All the famous movie stars are on TikTok. It's at critical mass right now. I don't know how to do it right yet. I'm going to figure it out. And you're going to see some super goofy videos from me, no doubt, because I'm going to look like a 52-year-old, goofy woman. But I'm telling you, go look. The transition is happening now in this moment, and people are going viral and getting hundreds of thousands of views. And the other place is LinkedIn. LinkedIn has changed. I avoided LinkedIn. I used to avoid the LinkedIn like a plague. It's changing. We'll get into it. All right, guys, I'm going to meet you over on the fan page. As always, Mr. Finale, thank you for having me. It's always a pleasure and an honor to be invited to do the wake-up calls, and I will see you guys on the fan page. See you very soon. Hey, guys, thanks for being here. I am going to go over on the MLSP fan page. Ron Popeil is like an idol of mine. I love watching pitchmen, Chris. I love dissecting. I love going to like county fairs and watching pitchmen. I love telemarketing technique, all this stuff, because it's psychology of selling, the psychology of buying. It is fascinating stuff. All right, gang, I'll see you in a little bit. Take care.